with another episode, and
Here
my
we
name is
are.
Jaime, and you can reach me at the Real Jaime1 on Instagram.
And my name is Will, and you can reach me on Instagram at OneTakeWill.
And if you like what you got going on here, like what we're doing, hit us with a like and a subscription.
And I know you already said this, but this is episode 13.
Yes, it is.
Lucky number 13.
Let's do it. Let's do
Oh.
it. So what's up with this story you had? You tell me
Oh,
about?
yeah. I was going through some old. I just came across this old news article, and it was back in 2015.
Okay.
And this gentleman.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Is there any way that you could tell this story in a Scottish accent?
Okay. I can try to do a Scottish accent. Give me an example of a Scottish accent. Do you have an example?
I don't have one.
No, it sounds. I don't know. I can do Canadian, like, oh yeah, it was caught in the state of Oregon, or don't you know? Maybe I could do that.
Hmm. How about Australian?
Out in the jungle, out in the outback. Fuck, I'm stuck on the Canadian. What am I gonna do?
You got all these. Everything's Canadian. Okay, just tell your story then.
All right. I did it in a Canadian accent, and maybe it might go Australian or something. I don't know. And so this guy was in the state of Oregon. Oregon or Oregon? Which one do you say? How do you guys say it?
I don't even know. Organs?
Oregon's like he's a donor. So anyway, so he was high on crystal meth in a bar, and that's not good. We don't do that here up in the cold states.
There's never nothing good when a story says has meth in the beginning of it.
That's true.
There's never nothing going to be good.
That's true. And so I guess he just whips it out and starts pleasuring himself right in front of the bartender.
Man, you got to do what you got to do.
What a hoser, eh?
So he was probably a Dolphins fan.
Hey, he might have been. I don't
since
know.
He was flogging his.
So don't you know, the bartender, he starts to tell the guy, hey, I'm going to call the police if you don't stop doing what you're doing. So the guy runs off to the bathroom, and he keeps touching himself and, in the Lord's spots.
I don't know what this accent is. I can't even put a culture on this one. I lost your story. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I don't know if you're trying to decipher the accent.
You're thinking about the accent and
I
not
don't even know what's going on.
Thinking about the story. So this guy in the state of Oregon was high on crystal meth.
You could have still continued where you was at.
Okay. All right, so goes to the bathroom, continues beating it. Cops show up. He fends off 15 cops while beating it still.
Damn. That's some dedication right there.
That's dedication. That's a guy who really had to get it.
He did.
He needed to bust a nut. He didn't care what the consequences were.
He had to relieve that stress immediately.
So, yeah, that was an article I just came across just in my random ramblings through the internet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was watching a couple new shows lately on the Netflix. The Netflixes.
And
came across this real interesting show. It was kind of funny, man. It was called Cooking with Cannabis.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And these guys are all chefs from all over the country, all over the place, and they are really good at what they do. And they're starting to do infused with edibles, oils, and actual flour with the cooking in the food.
Is it like a chef that I might know, like Emeril Lagasse or Gordon Ramsay?
No, they're like local people that have their own, maybe their food trucks or local chefs and private chefs and stuff like that. But my favorite part of the whole show, man, was all the judges. The judges were all celebrities. And
who did we have?
I saw one that had Ricky Lake and Joe Coy. And oh my gosh, it was so hilarious, man. And they're really getting high. John Sally.
They're really smoking, or not smoking, eating pot.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
And the food is looks so delicious, but it's actually infused with marijuana and stuff like that. So these guys are getting high for real. Like Ricky Lake got super stoned.
Really?
And so did Joe Coy. Everybody on there, they're all stoned and laughing.
So what kind of dishes? What do you get? Like a steak infused?
There were different rounds. It was like three. They made 3 dishes. They had
was
to do
there soup?
There was soups. There was cakes, lamb, burgers, everything you could think of, man. The taco.
Interesting.
And the guy did a taco.
Tacos.
And he infused the leaf in the tortilla and made this crazy taco and got everybody blew out.
Instead of lettuce, it was weed leaves.
Yeah, and these guys some of it was.
That's pretty cool.
These guys were so good at cooking. They were controlling these guys' high while the dinner setting. So they would put a high amount of either THC in the first dish, then they would put the CBD in the next dish to level you out. and then they would get you high again with the last dish of the dessert with the high milligram of THC.
Wow. So
And these
then
guys were getting blown out. It was
I would
so
say
crazy.
end the dinner on a bang, huh? With
And
that
like,
little
oh man,
that hitter.
there was a part of the show where fucking Ricky Lake got all like she started thirsting on Joe Coy. She was all crushing on him. She looks over
Oh,
there
hitting on
and
Joe
she
Coy.
forgot the camera was on, so she looked over at Joe Coy. She was over there trying to get some Joe Coy sauce over there, and she was like fucking. She goes, "Hey Joe, do you like whipped cream?" He's like, "What? I like
Oh
whipped cream."
no.
And she goes, "Do you like eating it off bodies?" And like everybody stopped and go, "What?" And then Ricky Lake was like, "Do you like eating whipped cream off bodies?" She was trying to get some of that Joe Coy sauce.
Get that juices flowing.
That was
You
crazy. It
think
was
they went?
crazy. It looked uncomfortable. It was like I would have been like, "Oh boy."
I might have to check this out. This sounds like a good show.
Yeah, and it really, and then they had like John Sally. They had some former athletes on there, and those guys were all everybody, man. They were getting so blown out, and you see the phases. You see them like regular. All of a sudden, you just see it kick in, and they can't do nothing about it. Even one of the hosts is a chef, and there was this guy that this woman made this awesome lamb chop, and it got him so it was just
Oh yeah,
delicious.
lamb chop.
So they're supposed to come back to sit down and do the rest of the show, and he brings a lamb back. She goes, "I see you with that
A
lamb."
whole lamb.
And so he hurries up and throws a lamb and eats it in his mouth and throws it in the bush, and they start doing the show. He goes back, and these guys were all just stoned. It was just the funniest show, man.
He
The
just
room
gobbles down a whole leg of lamb.
there was a point where the room got
That's
so
great.
smoky because they were making this one dish and they were putting actual smoke in the meats and shit. They had to open the garage door where they were filming because everybody was all full of smoke. Everybody's in there like their eyes are all like,
Wait, they were smoking the meat with bud?
yeah, with weed.
What?
They were putting like in this thing. It looked like a weird type of smoker, and they put the bags in there and or the jar or whatever they were gonna fill the meats with.
Right.
And the whole room got so smoky they had to fucking open the doors. Everybody's in there like they're getting
I'll
all
bet
blown out.
everybody was high in that at that time.
Everybody got it, dude. It
Hell
didn't
yeah!
matter.
Wow.
It was the funniest show ever, man. It was I liked it. It was like my guilty pleasure the last weekend.
The show. That sounds like a cool show. I'm gonna have to check it out. That was Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Because we just had a show. My wife and I just had a show come back, Blindspot, and that's that show where they got to figure out this lady.
That's
showed up.
interesting that you say that name because back in high school we used to know a girl we called Blindspot.
Oh, is that because she didn't see behind us and everybody'd sneak up behind her and what? Why'd they call her Blindspot?
I will not elaborate on that.
All right, fair enough. Too many cock slappings on one side of her head, and it gave her a blind spot. How do you get cock slapped so many times in the side of the head that you end up with a blind spot in your eye?
How do you end up with a nickname Blindspot?
How do you end up with the nickname blind spot?
How do you own up to it too? Like, what's your nickname, Blindspot?
Oh shit! So she even rolled with it. Wow.
Oh boy.
I had forgotten about the show because I had seen so many other shows, and it had been so long since it come back. So when my wife was like, "Hey, we got an episode of Blindspot," I'm like, "Huh?" So new season starts, and like they're not part of the FBI. Spoilers: 3, 2, 1. They're not part of the FBI anymore. They're fucking
Wah, wah.
yeah. They're criminals. They've been cast out. They're in a foreign country. They're running, and one of the characters who we didn't anticipate gets killed off. I was like, wow.
So this is like a new season?
Yeah, this is the new season.
Well, don't spoil too much for the people because people are gonna probably want to watch it too.
Oh yeah, good point. Fast forward through this part. We'll put a timestamp on
Don't give them too much.
there. But it was good. It grabbed my attention. I was glad it was back, and it's a fun show to watch. You should check it out.
For sure, man.
Yeah, the whole tattoo thing's kind of odd. She's head to toe, neck all the way down.
Interesting.
Covered in tattoos, and they all have a different meaning and purpose. They'll fucking take an electron microscope to it, and like there will be hidden messages inside the tattoos.
Dang,
It's
that's
weird.
That's
It is
wild.
weird. It's really crazy. Man. So I was sitting here thinking, and while you were talking, because I spaced out for a second, and I started thinking about pizza, and I thought to myself, would you rather only eat hot and readies for the rest of your days, or get the money that you would spend on pizza for the rest of your life and never be able to eat pizza again?
I think I would take the hot and readies.
No shit.
I love me some pizza, and if I had
Pizza's
too much
great.
pizza, I would start selling me some slices and get more than some hot and ready dough.
Yeah,
Like $1 a slice. There's about 8 slices on there. I'll get like $8. I'll make like $3.
that's true. That's
I'll
true.
just be like, look, man, I just ate like 14 pizzas before lunch. You gotta buy some of these slices. I'll give you $1. 2 for $1. Hook it up. Come on.
It's not, and it's only the regular hot and ready. You can't.
You know you want a slice of this pizza.
You can't
bring
get
it back now.
You can't get the good deep dish. You can only get the regular pizza.
That's all good, man.
All right. No Parmesan on the crust either. He's plain Jane.
Do it.
He said, "Do it."
Serve it up. I'll be there.
That's what I was thinking about.
I would want pickup too. You don't got to care. You don't got to deliver me. I'll go pick it up.
I think I would probably be in the same boat because I do like pizza as well. And what do you think about what would that add it to? Maybe about $100 a week if you ate pizza every day.
I don't know, but I know I'd eat pizza like a motherfucker if it was free. Love me some free pizza.
Well, the pizza's not free. You got to pay for them.
You just said you didn't say that I had to pay for them.
The first one is you can only eat hot and readies, and the other one is you'll get paid basically to not eat pizza.
No, I would get caught in a scandal because I'd be buying pizza with that dough. I'd be buying that pizza. I'd be making pizza at home. I'd be getting me some pizza some way. Somehow pizza would be happening.
It'd be the real Pizzagate.
For real. Pizza.
Pizzagate at Jaime's house.
I'd be like, what's going on? Pizza.
Pizza. All right, that's all I got. That was what I spaced out.
I'd be smuggling pizzas and shit like that. They wouldn't be. I'd be sneaking through back alleys to get pizzas.
You look like you could smuggle about 5 hot and readies.
I would talk to my old military friends, and they do like airdrops of pizza care packages in my yard.
I think you could fit 2 hot and readies in each one of them pockets, and you'd fit the other hot and ready down your pants, the front part.
First of all, I would just fold it up and eat one like in one sitting, just like one big giant pizza burrito.
Would you roll it up like it was a pizza-rito?
I would do like one taco and then fold it into like a big triangle and just go.
Oh, so you do like the double fold? Yeah, I got you.
It'd be down. It'd be gone. Or I'd do one fold, rip it in half, and do like 2 big calzones.
There you go. And then you're gonna fit 2 hot and readies in that pocket and 2 hot and readies in that pocket.
Folded the same way. And then I'll change the name so when they're listening to me on the phone, like, I ain't eating pizza, I'm eating a calzone.
Then Pizzagate would no longer be a scandal.
So they could pay me, and I would just eat other forms of ways of pizza.
The calzone style. Yeah, because they got pizza subs, so you could still get... No, I don't... You know what? I'm making a ruling here. You can't have any...
You can't change the rules.
Subs.
Hold up.
You can't have any calzone pizzas. You can have other types of calzones.
Man, you can't change the rules.
No hot pockets.
I found the loophole. You just did the government shit. Like, now that we found a loophole, we got to snatch it out.
No hot pockets. No Tostino's pizza rolls.
When you have too much fun, then the white guy comes and just takes it away.
Yep. That's how we Caucasians roll.
Just like the government.
Government. That government.
He zapped into his headphones, said they're like, he's having too much fun over there. Change the rules.
Yep.
Change them rules. That's that echo you heard.
I got to take it away
that
from
MK
you.
Ultra was that echo you heard. It was like, change the rules.
gotta keep the brown man down.
Oh shit, Stiggles.
What do you got?
What the fuck?
You got one of those?
What the fuck?
Would you hit me with a would you rather?
Yeah, I do. Would you rather have super strength or would you rather have super speed?
I feel like I really have to think about this philosophically.
Okay.
Speed is good, right?
Yes.
You can go places faster. You could probably do things faster, so it'd give you more time. But strength, you can move mountains, right? Is it
possibly?
Is it?
I mean, it is super strength. I'm sure you could do something sort of that.
I don't know. I feel like I'd want strength. Now, does it make me, if I choose strength, am I going to be slower?
Who knows?
Interesting.
What if you're just the same looking guy you are? You just have super strength. Kind of like that guy from what was that? Unbreakable.
I'll take that strength, and then I'll have to learn. I'll go to a guy who teaches me how to masturbate properly, so I don't accidentally rip my own penis off.
I would like super strength myself, but like I think speed would be interesting. Like just because it would depend on how fast you are. Like, would I be fast enough to where it would affect time? Because maybe I would do like on my birthday, like I was telling, like maybe I'll go around the slow time down for like a few hours on my birthday every year.
Or you could slow down time or reverse it to where you nut before you masturbate.
Interesting.
No, that sounds like a good idea. I say strength. Why would you want strength though over speed?
If I chose strength, I would like strength. That'd be nice for any type of emergency situation, or maybe like as you get older too, like you get sore and stuff like that. So maybe if you have super strength, yeah, that doesn't affect you as you get older.
I got you. You might have as much arthritis or other pains.
Yeah, and I definitely would help people if I could help people, but I wouldn't sit there and like I would still have a job and do things like that, but I would still go and help people when I could. I
Y-
wouldn't be like a I don't think I could be a crime fighter with just super strength
You're like,
because it doesn't say that like you're indestructible or immortal.
yeah, but like you're 90 in the retirement home, and your whole job is to open jars because none of the other people in the retirement home you live with can
Or I gotta
open any of the
fucking
jars.
I gotta help everybody get to their wheelchairs into their beds and stuff. They're like, "Hey man, you gonna help them out?" And I just gotta like move people over.
Yeah, yeah, and you're still 90 years
I'll be
old
like, "I'm
doing
sick
that
of it.
stuff.
I ain't trying to do this shit at bath time with your old asses. You put your own self in the tub. I ain't doing it."
What if all your teeth rot out still?
That's
It's
almost
just
like that almost leads me to my other would you rather because like you'd wanna be that would you rather be the super villain or would you rather be the silent hero? Like nice nobody know who you are kind of thing because then they would
right,
have you opening jars and shit.
right, right.
Carry me to the tub. It's time for my sponge
Yeah,
bath.
you're in the retirement home with your fellow retirementees, and
Retirees.
your retirees. There we go. And yeah, you got to help them out, and nobody knows about it. It doesn't get printed about in the Daily Scribbler.
Never.
You never hear about it in Quibble Dash.
That's why they call those the unseen, truths. At least that's what they
So,
say.
so have you heard about these murder hornets?
Man, they ain't shit.
They ain't shit. How about the fact that it's old news? They already been in this country for a while.
We're in Michigan, man. Once it gets cold out, now what? We go to
Yeah.
their nest. You ever
We
see
ain't-
a bee in the cold, man? I don't know if you
Oh.
guys had. They move slow as hell till they can, to the warm air. You know, the weather gets warm enough for them to animate.
Yep.
You just
Yep.
open that sucker up in the cold winter. We get you in the fall, baby.
If it's cold enough, you can just pick a bee up
It'll
off
be
the
payback
ground.
time. Payback time when it gets cold outside.
They'll be on a picnic table, and you just walk by, pick them up.
I'll see you on the flip side.
They can't do shit about it either.
Danger hornet.
Yeah.
Sting they ass.
Would you let? Oh, there's a good. Would you rather? Would you rather go on that show where that guy goes and has weird things sting him and bite him? Who's that guy?
Yeah, it's two guys. They go and try all that weird venom stuff, and oh man, that's crazy. Those two guys are nuts.
Yeah. Would you rather do that, or would you rather bring back Fear Factor and go on an episode of that?
I would love to go on Fear Factor, and I would have trouble eating all the stuff, but I would love to at least try those stunts. I know I would have trouble eating a cow heart or whatever the fuck that bullshit
I
is.
can eat the heart, but eating,
And,
eating horse balls or something
Yeah,
like that.
man, I don't know. When they do that weird shit like that, I don't know. Maybe a bug I could get through, but I don't know if I could eat all that crazy shit. I know I would love to try any one of the stunt things, but that eating the crazy, I don't know.
I feel like I could eat a small crunchy bug, but if it had too much juices in it, I think it would fuck me. I think I'd end up puking it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be gross, man. I don't
Like
think
if,
I could do it.
like a worm, I don't think I'd be able to swallow it. And if I started chewing it, I'd get all that saliva in my mouth, and I'd end up probably puking.
That's funny.
uh,
I miss Fear Factor. That'd be a great if that shit came back. That was so fun. I love that show.
I guess my point was I didn't mean Fear Factor. I did mean to say that, but what I meant is like.
But I would pick
eat,
Fear Factor.
eat weird shit, or have bugs sting you.
I guess I would try to eat the weird shit.
All right, going back to Fear Factor. Sounds good.
Even though I'd have trouble doing it, I would do it. Because fuck it, be stung by some bees.
You did that would you rather thing, and it kind of got stuck in my head. It's got the gears turning a little bit, just a little bit. There's
Well, how about this one? How
a little
about
squeaky?
how I got another would you rather? Would you
All right.
rather have no music forever, or the only music that you can have is sang by your significant other?
You know what? I can't do no music. I would go insane. I need something. I'm sporting Pink Floyd right now. I
Right.
need something.
I think I could. I think I would eventually. You know, I don't know about you, but I think I would get used to it eventually.
Well, I think I would, and if nothing else, I feel like I could assist my significant other in singing in a style that I find more pleasing.
I kind of disagree with that because I think if it was all you had, I think you would just be forced to get those American Idol ears. Like, remember them fucking crazy auditions they used to have when that was like my favorite part of the show when they'd have those guys that sing so bad and they thought they were good singers. They would argue with Simon. Like,
Right.
I just sounded like a crazy ass like a donkey being violated by a shark. Like, it was some crazy stuff like that. Like, and that's what your voice sounded like. Whatever,
So
visualize that.
so basically, what you're telling me is you could get, if all you had to listen to was Puddle of Mud trying to do Nirvana,
Right.
you could get used to that.
Yep. And that was bad.
That was awful. Would you rather eat peanut butter crackers with nothing to drink, or have to eat a whole bag of Warheads? The old school ones that were actually fucking good, not today's ones.
I think I would go with the first one. As sucky as it sounds, I think it would be the first one.
I remember eating them fuckers till your mouth bled. Those
The Warheads?
Yeah, the Warheads. Oh my god. But I can't eat two crackers, two peanut butter crackers. I need something to drink. I would fucking I would asphyxiate.
Man, I don't know. I like crackers or pretzels. So I don't know. I think I would have to do it.
I think my mouth would get so dry that I would just start dry heaving and vomiting.
Except your vomit would come out and moisturize your mouth and you try to swallow it back for hydration.
Ugh, gross. Can you imagine that? You're just spitting out dry cracker. That was it. I think I would rather do the Warheads. I could do it.
I don't know if I could do it. I used to eat like Sour Patch Kids, and those things would like mess my tongue up if I ate a whole bag. Like that was my weak spot.
Yes.
If we would go to the movie theater,
Yeah, I love
I'd get that big bag, and by the time of it, like my pop would be hurting my fucking tongue and shit. By the end of the movie, I'd be like, "What the fuck did I do to myself?" It like scratch my shit all up or something.
So would you buy them there at the theater, or would you bring them?
I'd bring them.
Yeah, did you ever go to the bulk food store before going to a movie?
No, we'd go to this cool little store by us called Five Below. Had all the movie candy. Had all the cool old school candy too, like stuff you ain't seen since you were a kid.
Wait, I'm talking about years ago when you were a kid.
Oh, when
Go
I
to
was,
the theater.
no, we'd still go to we had a theater walking distance. It was like a bunch of stores that there's a store that doesn't exist anymore. We'd go to and go get candy.
There used to be a bulk food store in Garden City. I don't know if they've made it or they've put another one up, but the one that I used to go to with my mother before we went to the movie theater, and they had just rows of like those little bins where you could scoop your weight of it in a bag.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like that. It was awesome, and we used to get my favorites. Besides the Sour Patch Kids, my favorites were these little, we called them spaceships. They looked like they were made out of foam with beads in the middle of them. They were about this big around.
Nice.
And it tasted like you were eating styrofoam, but it was like a wafer material, and it had little fruit flavored beads in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Those were awesome. I loved eating the spaceships.
All candy rocked when we was kids.
Fuck yeah,
Pretty much.
You had to have something to drink with the spaceships though, because that shit would dry your mouth out too.
I used to like the little round hard candies called Alexander the Grapes.
Alexander the Grapes.
Yeah, they were like a brother or cousin of the Lemonhead family. They were basically
Interesting.
like a purple Lemonhead kind of, but it was grape flavored.
I never had those before.
And then they had another cousin that came from from Asia, and they were called.
You had a cousin from Asia?
I'm talking about the candy, dude.
Oh, okay.
So Lemonheads had a cousin. They were Alexander the Grapes,
Okay.
and those were the grape version of the Lemonhead. They also had another cousin that was from Asia. See, these guys, the Alexander the Grapes was from Rome.
Okay.
So you can see they was all Roman decorated candy.
Gotcha.
So then you got Asian clan. They were cherry clans. They were from Asia. They had it was kind of racist as hell in this candy, but you can still look them up, and the candy had like Asian eyes.
Did it just have like all the Asian lettering on it?
And they were called cherry clans.
Cherry clans.
And they were supposed to look like Asia but they were cherry candies, like Lemonheads.
Was it sour?
No, they were kind of like Lemonhead sour,
Okay.
but they were red, like a cherry flavor to them.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But they were all like related.
That sounds awesome. That's great.
But I just thought they were racially profiling people when you bought them.
Racist candy.
Because they totally put cultures on them, dude. Look at the candy up. Look them up. You can see they put cultures on them.
I'm gonna tell you some people who I think have bad candy, and it's the Hispanic people. I've tried that candy. I do not like any of it.
It's like it's acquired. I guess some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah, I like Asian candies. They have a lot of cool stuff, but I don't know, for some reason, like foreign candies definitely do not taste as to what I'm used to here in America. Like you expect a
Yeah,
Werther's
in
original.
China they got a sake flavored Kit Kat.
Interesting. I don't think. Well, that might be good. You never know. Wouldn't it just taste like rice? Because isn't that what sake's made out of? Is rice?
It'd probably be like a hot Kit Kat, wouldn't it?
Like a like like a red hot Kit Kat. Like it's spicy. Burn you a little bit. You're gonna step into a Kit Kat.
All right, don't break me off a piece of that shit. You can have it.
Yeah.
You can have all you want.
Oh man, back in the day with all the candy, going to the movie theater, sneaking in. I remember my cousin wanted to see this movie, and all the seats were full. So I told him, I was like, well, let's just buy tickets to this other movie, and then we'll sneak into that theater. He's like, we can do that? I'm like, well, no, we're not supposed to, but we're going to do it anyway.
Nice. Now that you'd be walking through the meet, checking everybody during the theater and shit.
Yeah,
now
you can't do that
they
no
got it
more.
on lockdown.
Yeah, you got to pick your seat, which I kind of like. You get to pick, you get a guaranteed seat. You ever walk into a movie theater, a movie you wanted to, you really want to see, you get in there, and there's like 2 seats left, and they're nowhere near each other, and you got a friend with you?
Yep.
Yeah, you're sitting alone, motherfucker, because I'm seeing this movie.
That'd be funny if you was on a date. Like, you still want to see the movie?
Right.
You still want to see the movie? It'd be crazy if she's like, yeah.
And then she walks out with another guy.
That'd be crazy.
Because there's another guy. He's also there by himself. And you both walk out with different people. You end up on a different date. It's like a swinging date.
And you're next to their, like, comic book heads that are watching the superhero movie that are just talking during the whole movie.
Yeah, you get stuck going home with
this
nobody.
was just like episode 49.
No
way.
You went with somebody and you left with nobody.
That would suck. I would have left with nobody anyways because I would have been mad she wanted to do that. We just could have changed plans.
Yeah, that's true. Like, what? You want to sit by yourself? You'd rather do that than hang out with me?
Like, we just met. You already need time apart? Dang.
Exactly.
What did I do?
All right, hussy.
I bought the tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
And your popcorn.
Give me my money.
And your Juju Freeze.
Just put the money in the bag.
That's messed up. I want my frozen Coke back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Spit that Coke up. I'm going to drink it.
Give me back them nachos. I see you took all the jalapenos.
Stop licking your fingers. That's my cheese.
That's messed up.
What about a pretzel? Could you eat a pretzel without anything to drink?
Yeah, but it would be very difficult. Back when I was in high school, they had Spirit Week, and that was one of the challenge. Yeah, it was like,
I don't remember that shit.
Around homecoming or all that. You got to wear the school
Show
colors
your
and all
high
that.
school spirit, people.
So they went through and they'd make you eat 3 of them stick cigar pretzels.
Oh yeah.
And they'd make you try to whistle the school song after that without drinking no water. Like you would have to do it.
Is that even possible?
I don't remember if I saw anybody do it, but I'm sure it happened. But I didn't see it. I always saw everybody spitting pretzels out everywhere.
Man.
And this was like way before cell phone cameras, so it was like all pictures. Pictures of it.
Yeah, there's no footage of that, unfortunately. That'd be some good footage.
Big time.
Just pretzel particles flying out of your mouth, but no real sound.
Yeah, it was great. I watching everybody try it and all that stuff. It was good.
Radioactive armpits, don't sweat.
Remember back
people.
in the day when they used to put that weird, I guess it was like radioactive face cream, and there was like commercials for that shit?
What?
Like these
no.
yeah, man, you gotta look up these commercials like from the 40s and 50s, man.
Radioactive face cream.
There was like this stuff that was so bad for you, and these people was putting it in their face, and these ladies everything was in black and white, so you really couldn't tell. But they were putting some bad chemicals on their face, man.
Like, I know back in the day when they figured out, how to x-ray, they had booths you could go in and get your feet x-rayed. But it was like a regular, like a shoe store or something you go to and you could look at your feet.
It was weird. I find weird stuff going down the internet.
That's crazy.
But what I do got for you is something interesting.
Okay, hit me.
I love music. You love music.
Sure.
You love playing music as well.
A little bit.
You're like, you would say, you play some music. You
Sometimes.
play guitar and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was messing around and I found some of the bands that I really enjoy, and I never realized when I was going through some of my old playlists. I'm like, wow, these guys really did some fucking shitty songs on their fucking albums. I was like, I couldn't even believe it. So I got a list for you, man. I got a couple songs that I was looking up about some really good bands. Some of them are even in the Big Four, like the Big Four as far as metal bands go.
So do you have a title?
Yeah, so it's called fucking Good Bands with Bad Songs. So, anyways, I got...
All right, go ahead.
So, I got good bands with bad songs.
Good bands with bad songs.
Yeah, man. So,
Give us an example.
I really like REM. REM's a pretty good band. They had some good songs. They had a good run.
Yeah.
They did a song called Shiny Happy People. I don't know if you remember that song.
I do know the song.
Shiny happy people holding hands.
One of my favorite comedians made fun of it years ago.
Yeah, so it was a crappy song. Even they didn't like it. So I remember I found this article, and these guys were like, "Look, we made this pop kit song for children, and the song we don't even perform it anymore. Like the song, I don't even know where it came from. It is what it is. If we were ever to put in a song of ours in a space time capsule, that song wouldn't be it." That's what he said from the lead singer.
I can actually name two songs right off the top of my head that a great band. Well, they made quite a few shitty songs that people for some reason love, and I'm gonna name the band right now, and that's the Beatles. And we
The
are the
Beatles?
Walrus, the Beatles. We are the Walrus. That is a terrible fucking song for one, and the other one.
What year was that? Like, what year would you guess that was? Like
Oh, what the Beatles?
that
I'm
song
thinking.
was like,
I'm thinking that song was 70s.
okay,
I think that was when they were doing acid.
yeah, those guys were fucked up.
They were fucked up.
So what else could they think of? They were looking at their fish aquarium or watching National Geographic.
That's what it was. I'm watching National Geographic. It's 1970, whatever.
He was tripping so fucking hard, and he
We are
felt the
the
emotions.
Walrus, man.
He felt the emotions of the walrus he was watching on TV.
That
and
song is awful.
decided to write it down in his journal.
And I'm gonna tell you another song. We all live in the Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What is up with that? Come on, Beatles.
What's up with Puff the Magic Dragon?
Puff the Magic Dragon. Yeah, but did the band who do that, didn't they? Wasn't that their song? Like that was for
That's what I'm saying. Like they made that for like seriously.
Yeah, I think it was intended for kids though.
Like, look, man, I wrote this jam.
Like We All Live in the Yellow Submarine was not a kid's song.
Yeah, that was a weird song.
You know, that was just like, hi man, we're really high on acid, and we're gonna write this song about a submarine we've seen, and it's yellow.
What about Sammy Davis Jr.? My Dingling.
Yeah, that was Sam. Was that Sammy Davis Jr.?
I think so.
Hmm. Wow, he's only
But-
got one eye, and he's singing about a one eye.
But we're talking about some like like I said, some of the big four.
Yeah.
Big bands, man, big bands that we know about. Some of the people know about.
Right.
So what about Pearl Jam? You're familiar with Pearl Jam, right?
Absolutely.
They came out with a bunch of great songs, man. They were awesome. They were killing it in the '90s, and
They were part of the big grunge scene.
yeah, they were killing it. Back in the flannels and long hair and sad guys
Alternative rock.
or the weird dudes.
Yeah.
But they had this album called Vitality.
I know the album.
There's this song they had on there was fucking weird. It caught me all off guard. You put the song on, you're hitting song, you just let the album play through to feel out
Sure.
the new record when we bought CDs still and all that. And so we'd listen into it, and then all of a sudden this song comes on called Bugs. And I was like, hold up. What the hell? Started hearing an accordion come out. Fucking Eddie Vedder with a fucking accordion. And he's talking about getting naked and rolling around with fucking bugs. And should he become the bugs? And should he eat the bugs? And I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to? I ain't even on drugs listening to this.
Wow.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, what just happened? What did I listen to? And he's talking about, should I join them? Should I become the bugs? And oh my gosh, it was the worst song ever, Pearl Jam.
Wow. That sounds awful. I'm gonna have to give that song like a full listen. I heard a little bit of it, and it was, what's with the accordion? I mean, I thought this was an alternative rock band. Why is there polka music being played?
That's a horrible song. I don't know if it was some kind of weird studio joke or record label joke. I don't know what's going on, but he plays that, and that song is weird, man. He caught me off guard when I heard that accordion just come out.
What kind of drugs make you go from playing alternative rock or grunge metal, whatever you want to call it, to playing polka music? What kind of drugs do that?
Man, it was weird. That's all I can say.
Is that something that maybe Willy Wonka invented?
I don't know. But dang.
The Willy Wonka drug. Now you play polka music forever.
It was bad. It was terrible, terrible, terrible.
That sounds awful. Everybody, give that song a listen and tell us what you think. Take the time. You know you need it. You got plenty of it. You're sitting on the toilet watching this.
So speaking of the big four, and big four meaning, I mean the big four metal bands.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
So we're going to go with maybe one of your favorites.
Is it Megadeth?
Yes, it's Megadeth.
Woo, I love that band. I've heard a lot of their songs.
I love the band. I like some of their stuff. I like
Rust
a lot
in
of their
Peace,
stuff.
favorite album ever.
Well, back in the 1999,
Yeah.
these guys made this album.
1999, they were still making albums?
These dudes try to make, speaking of Pearl Jam that took over in the 90s, decided the Megadeth was going to go alternative. I was like, no way.
I want to throw up right now.
So they made this album called Risk, which was a giant risk. It was a bad risk. Y'all shouldn't have did it. Y'all was like, this was the shittiest risk you ever done.
That was some risky business.
That was some risky shit. And so they had this song on there. It was called The Bread Line. It's like, what the fuck is
Y'all
going
shouldn't
on
play
here?
the game Risk.
Not to mention, I couldn't even listen to none of the songs, man. It was maybe one song on there, but this song stuck out the most. It was like fucking horrible about a guy who was the lyrics too. Man, you like to hear songs because
Yeah.
man, and the guy's like, I used to be. It was like a guy who was relevant and not relevant anymore or some shit, and he lost all his belongings. And I'm like,
Is the chorus like, I'm standing in the bread line looking
yeah, something
for
like that.
food?
It was like he's going to Subway or going to the grocery store to get bread. I don't even know, man. It was horrible, horrible.
Well, you can't talk about stealing bread. That's a different band.
It was bad. Something.
That's
That was some
awful.
terrible terribleness.
That's awful. People give that song a listen to. Standing in the bread line. You will hate it and probably hate us for it.
And then everybody knows Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah.
You know, take me down to the Paradise City.
Where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Come on and take me home.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody knows Guns N' Roses.
Absolutely.
And even them punk asses come out with this weird song where Axl Rose thought he was some tough guy. It probably happened around the time when Nirvana was about to whoop his ass.
Oh, shit. I remember that.
So he got this song called My World. And it's like not even, they didn't, like, the studio probably just shut it down during the minute because it's only like 90 seconds long. And it's like Axl Rose trying to rap or something. He's trying to be all tough. And for some reason at the end, he like, I don't know if he offers sex or something to people. He just like yells like, let's do this. Like right at the end of the song. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Your rendition of his voice is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to bring you down.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that was Axl, dude. It was a horrible, horrible song. If you get a chance, don't listen to that one.
It sounds bad.
You got some free time? Avoid that song.
Don't waste your time listening to that.
You got some free time and you want to hear some music? Do something else.
Exactly. Take up crocheting.
If you're listening to a Guns N' Roses playlist and you see My World says coming up next, shut your phone off.
Shut your phone off and then go grate some cheese.
Switch back to Pro Jam until that one says Bugs is next. Then switch back to Axl Rose. Then it'll probably be back to normal.
And that sounds like it'd be gravy time.
Horrible song.
That sounds terrible.
Dude, he was like talking like he was some tough dude in the song, man. I was like, what the hell's going on? This is Axl Rose. You wear spandex and work boots.
So, okay. How about, would you rather listen to that song from Guns N' Roses or listen to Bugs from Pearl Jam? For the rest of your life, those are the only two songs you can listen to. Which one would it be?
Neither. I think I would go with no music. You got to have the option of no music if you can't.
No,
have
the
all
option
music.
is then you kill yourself.
That'd be shitty, man. Shitty.
The option is you have to get stung by 1,000 murder hornets.
I'll take the Hornets.
Damn, that's a rough song.
I'll take all that venom.
Woo.
What about corn? You familiar with corn?
Of course I'm familiar with corn.
So corn,
You put butter on it, a little salt, tastes good with mashed potatoes.
the band Corn.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was being stupid, sorry.
So these guys got a shitty song, and I like Corn. I'm a big fan.
Of course.
These guys got this shitty ass song
Uh-oh.
called "All in the Family," and I'm talking about that old show
I
from
was
back
gonna
in the
say,
day.
did they do the theme song for that show?
He's like Edith, and she's like Archie. No, not them. We ain't talking about them. Edith, I order, Archie. Come on, Archie. No, not them.
Yeah.
All in the Family is the song.
Okay.
And it's him. It's the lead singer, John Davis, rap battling Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
Can you do that?
Oh my gosh,
that
it's this
legal?
horrible song. It's called "All in the Family," and all they do in this whole song, it's like a 4-minute song of these guys talking about how gay each other is. Like, you're gay, you're gayer than I am. Oh no, you're gayer than I am. And then they're insulting rednecks and people
Yeah.
from the South in the whole song.
She's like, you're so gay you jerked off 10 dicks, and then the other guy's like, no, you're so gay you jerked off 12 dicks. And
It's
he's like,
crazy,
No,
man.
you're so gay you sucked 1,000 dicks.
Basically,
Yeah, that sounds pretty gay.
that was basically the song. They were just ripping on each other like, you're gay, you're gayer.
Yeah.
No, you're gay, you're gayer. And if we offend anybody with that, just change the fucking channel, because they sucked at this song really bad.
Don't listen to the song if you have a weak immune system.
It was bad, man.
You might get the
Horrible.
invisible enemy.
So you haven't heard that song?
I have never heard that song. You introduced me to a song the other day.
Because I know you were asking me like, how do I find these things? Like,
Oh
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's what I was gonna ask you actually, because you introduced me to that song the other day, and I was like, where do you find the time to look for these songs, and why?
Look,
Why?
look. When you get bored, like myself, I will surf the bowels of the internet and find things like this when I've got nothing to do with my free time.
You
I will go into places with the. I would just make up these three search topics and just randomly. I'll just like spin a word on the wheel and just fucking be like, boom. All right, there it goes. Shoes, donkeys,
you're
football.
you're in your boredom. You're sifting through the feces of the internet looking for the polished turd.
And you got to get past that net neutrality. Here's a free tip for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Hit
Use
'em.
use key search words.
That's right. Key search words, slashes, dashes, and the little curvy things, whatever the fuck they call it, parentheses.
So you just want to search on there. You'd be like, tennis shoes, artwork, and flash drives. And then like
Yes.
videos about how to cook hot dogs on the grill if you didn't have charcoal would come up.
Like if you want to hear that Pearl Jam song, you got to type in peanut butter, wet dogs, Pearl Jam, entomology. That's the only way to hear it.
Last time I found it, I searched what makes you sick, what causes nausea, and what makes you want to throw your phone. And then Pro Jam Bugs came on.
It didn't give you CVS?
Nope.
Interesting.
I don't know why when I laughed it was like a letter K came out. I was like,
There was like that was the hardest K ever. That K was bolded, underlined, and parentheses.
it was like I don't know. I was about to say karate or something. I don't know what it was.
There was 1,100 apostrophes after that K. This is the hardest K ever. It was like the K you hear when a gun goes click.
Which is weird because I usually laugh with the letter P first. I usually like. That time was like. It's kind of weird. I went through the alphabet on that one.
How about my machine gun laugh? What was up with that?
That was weird, dude. You were like, like I said, it felt like I was watching a musical. I was ready to start dancing or do a dance number.
I can't even replicate it.
It did some weird like Broadway musical type shit. You were like, I'm like, what the hell? I started tapping on my toes. I didn't know what to do.
You started dancing.
I was ready to
it.
choreograph dancing and shit. I saw my wife. I grabbed her arm, spun her. I was like, what happened? She's like, I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, dun, dun, dun,
For
dun,
real.
Hey.
Where do I get it? I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I don't know where I come up with these weird laughs, and they're very natural. It's funny the times you've listened to the video, and then I'll laugh, and then I'll hear myself laugh like that live. It's like, you just laughed like you did in the video.
Like that one old sprinkler that goes. That's you. You're like, ah. You go back just like that old sprinkler.
That was the ah.
Yep, that's one of your laughs you do. That's pretty authentic. Just so you know, after episode 13, me and Will be available for
Sexy time?
for phone sex opportunities.
Yeah.
We'll have options like when you press 1, you'll have options like heavy breathing.
Press 2 for light tapping.
Or number 3 for I'll stop looking through your window. Then you got number 4. I'll sign the PPO.
And if you hit star 6969, you'll call me back and I'll tell you more things.
Which doesn't even matter because I use a phantom caller. You ain't tracking me, bitch. Play charades while we're on the TV. Play cards while we're in the background.
Yeah, there you go. Do a jog. Play with your dog.
Play hide and go seek, but just don't look for your kids so you get a longer break.
Put frogs in your pocket.
Sit in the closet and cry while you drink wine. So if you like episode 13, me and you are like brothers. We are like brothers sometimes. So
Yes.
episode 13 is like for family. If you got family, we've got family.
You're our family.
Watch episode 13
you're
because
a YouTube
it's
family.
for family.
Yeah, come watch us.
YouTube families.
Yes,
Every families.
Bring your family, but
Blended families. You got stepmothers, stepfathers, stepbrothers and sisters.
You got nieces and nephews, but you gotta plug their ears.
Even if you kiss your brothers and sisters, it's okay.
It's
Watch
okay.
episode 13.
That's how families get bigger, is when nieces and nephews
The only
kissing.
cure you need is episode 13.
That's right. It'll cure all the invisible enemies.
My buddy makes my sandwich at the deli. He's like, all you need is episode 13 inside the sandwich. Just give me episode 13. That's all I need. And for the seniors out there that like our show, and you might be a couple out there that might watch our show. Oh, you dirty sons of bitches, get off my lawn first of all. Second of all, watch
Yeah.
our show. It's episode 13. Is it 13?
I think it's 13.
It's 13.
It's
What?
it's
What? What?
It's 13.
Is this thing on?
No, it's not on. I don't think
What?
it's on. Hold
My
on.
TV's broke.
Hold on. All these switches here.
Hold
I don't,
up.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh God, here we go
What?
again.
Where's my teeth?
Shit, your teeth are over there, Wanda. Wanda, get your teeth. God damn it, they're on the table.
13. If you hear me out there, it's episode 13. So if you like this episode, we would like it if you guys would hit a like and subscription. That would mean a lot to us because, like I said, me and him, man, we've been having a blast doing this.
This is great. I love this. This is like I look forward to this every week.
So if you guys are enjoying it, we'd appreciate it. Like and subscribe. And once again, you can reach me at TheRealHeim1 on Instagram.
You know, this keeps me high on life all week. Like, this helps me out. You can reach me on Instagram at OneTakeWill.
And this has been another episode of
Meant
to
Vent.